Our movie begins with a cook waking up Shelley, the spoiled girl who lives an extremely pampered life. The cook serves her breakfast and chats with her a little. Shelley lives in the mansion of a very wealthy businessman who adopted her when she was young, along with a few other girls. While having breakfast, Shelley notices a letter on the table and realizes it's from her adoptive father. In the letter, he tells her that she must leave the mansion immediately within 2 hours. She's shocked and confused about why he would do this, but the cook reminds her that she just turned 27 yesterday, and according to her father's rule, every girl who reaches 27 must leave the mansion. So Shelley, who has spent her entire life inside the mansion and knows nothing about the outside world, is forced to pack up and leave. That night, while sitting in her car, a police officer approaches her and tells her she can't just wait around in the car. He then gives her a ticket after catching her brushing her teeth and spitting on the street. Since Shelley is completely clueless about how the real world works, she reacts awkwardly, and the officer ends up arresting her, spending the night in jail. After her release, Shelley keeps searching until she finds what looks like a huge place, almost like a hotel. A girl welcomes her, but quickly explains that it isn't a hotel. It's a sorority house for college girls. She also advises Shelley to leave, pointing out her flashy, unusual clothes. Still determined, Shelley walks inside and meets the house mothers of the sorority, asking if she could join them as a house mother. They reject her because of her revealing clothes and because she's too old to be a student, yet too young to be their house mother. As Shelley is about to leave, one of the house mothers suggests she try Zeta House since they're struggling badly and in desperate need of members, so they'd most likely accept her. When Shelley arrives at Zeta House and knocks on the door, a loose letter falls off the sign and lands on her, rolling into the bushes. At that moment, Natalie, one of the girls, is pleading with the dean not to shut down their sorority. She begs him to give them more time, but he insists they must reach 30 active members if they want to keep the house. He points out that their numbers are far too low and that they don't even have a house mother to manage who comes in and out. The dean tells Natalie, "You've got until the end of the week, or I'll shut down your sorority house and hand it over to another one." After he leaves, Shelley steps up and tells Natalie, "I'm Shelley, and I came here to be the house mother of your sorority." But Natalie replies, "It's too late. The house is about to be taken away because we don't have enough members." Shelley then asks, "Why don't you have members, Natalie?" And Natalie admits, "Because we're just a bunch of losers, boring and awkward. We don't throw parties. There are no guys hanging around. And since no guys show up, no girls want to join us either." Shelley is surprised and says, "Are you serious? I'm an expert when it comes to guys. I've dealt with every type of man out there. Those college boys, I can get them hooked in a second." Natalie gets nervous and walks away to talk to her friends. Inside, one of the girls says, "There are only 7 of us, and we need 30 members." We then see the rest of the Zeta girls, and they really are an odd bunch. One of them is even wearing a full-body brace, and when she notices Shelley, she just stares awkwardly at the guys passing by. Then Natalie steps outside and for the first time sees a group of guys hanging out in front of their house. She tells them, "Hey guys, this is Shelley, our new house mother." Shelley gets so excited that she hugs Natalie. Later, Shelley sits down with all the girls and they explain everything to her. If they want to save the house, they need to build huge popularity so other girls in college will actually want to join. Shelley confidently tells them, "Don't worry, girls, I'm an expert at this. I know exactly how to make you popular." At that moment, a shy girl quietly walks in, says hi with embarrassment, then quickly runs off. Natalie explains, "That's Lily. She's our 7th member, but she's painfully shy." Later that night, Shelley sits in Natalie's room. Natalie tells her, "We need to start by raising money. Fundraising will attract more girls to our sorority." She starts suggesting ideas to Shelley, but Shelley just waves them off, saying, "Listen, Natalie, forget those boring ideas. I know what actually gets people's attention." The next day, the girls gather outside to wash cars in front of the house, and a crowd of guys immediately gathers around them. Suddenly, Natalie panics when she spots the guy she has a crush on walking by and whispers to Shelley, "Help me, the guy I like is right there." Shelley asks Natalie, "So how many times have you actually gone out with him?" Natalie nervously admits, "Never. I've been secretly in love with him, but we've literally never even spoken." She gets really flustered, but before she can say more, her friend accidentally sprays water from the hose all over the place, and the group of guys just laugh at them and walk away. Natalie, upset, turns to her friend and says sarcastically, "Thanks a lot. You just ruined the very first time I ever spoke to the guy I like." Later, when everyone goes back inside, Shelley notices a young man putting up flyers about a retirement home. She walks over and asks, "Hey, who are you?" He introduces himself. "I'm Oliver, the director of the senior home." Curious, he asks who she is, and Shelley proudly replies, "I'm the house mother of the sorority." Oliver laughs, saying, "You look way too young to be a house mother." Shelley lights up with joy, flattered by the comment. They start chatting, sharing some sweet and fun conversation, and Oliver eventually invites her to come by the retirement home anytime if she'd like to volunteer. He hands her an invitation before walking off. Excited, Shelley runs back inside and tells the girls, "Ladies, I just found our first volunteering project. We're going to help out at the retirement home and bring some happiness to the residents." Natalie loves Shelley's confident and fun way of talking, and she starts trying to copy her style in everything. Meanwhile, the awkward and unfriendly girls just stand in the background, unimpressed. Later, when Natalie politely suggests they go hang out at the library, Shelley rolls her eyes and says, "The library? Forget that. Let's hit a nightclub now." At the club, Shelley notices a guy staring at one of the girls and tells her, "That guy hasn't taken his eyes off you. Go over there. I'm an expert at this stuff." The girl nervously approaches him, but he just looks at her and says, "Get lost, metal face." Embarrassed, she goes back to the group. Shelley then points at another girl and says, "See that guy across from us? He's totally into you. Go start a conversation. Ask him anything to get him talking." The girl walks up to him and awkwardly blurts out, "Excuse me, where's the bathroom? I need to pee." The guy completely ignores her, and she goes back to Shelley saying, "He didn't even notice me." Shelley shakes her head and tells her, "Boys love mysterious girls. Go try again." So the girl goes back, trying to sound mysterious, and says, "Do you know where the bathroom is? Because I'm about to do something very mysterious." Once again, the guy just ignores her. Shelley shrugs and says, "Doesn't matter. The important thing is you just gained experience." At that moment, a group of girls from another sorority shows up. Their sorority is huge, and these girls are nothing but bullies. Natalie immediately feels uncomfortable around them. The mean girls smirk and say, "Hey, why don't you losers get on stage and sing karaoke?" Shelley, full of energy, encourages her girls, "Come on, go up there. Karaoke will boost your popularity, ladies." So the Zeta girls step on stage and start singing, but then they realize the lyrics on the screen have been changed. It's a prank set up by the rival sorority to humiliate them. The Zeta girls quickly notice what's happening, and embarrassed, they stop singing and rush off stage. The crowd laughs, and the mean girls throw one last insult, saying, "We're taking your house, losers. In 1 week it'll be ours, and you'll have nothing." They keep mocking them until Shelley steps in and says, "Why are you being so cruel? The Zeta girls are sweet, and they don't deserve this." But Natalie pulls Shelley away, whispering, "Forget it, Shelley. Let's just go." Back at the house, the Zeta girls are devastated. They sit around saying, "There's no hope for us. No one wants to join us. No one cares. We're finished." Shelley refuses to give up and tries to fire them up. "I know how to get girls to join your sorority, and I know how to make you popular. Just trust me." But the girls shake their heads and tell her, "We're done, Shelley. You're only saying this because you're confident and strong, but we're not like you." As if things couldn't get worse, the rival sorority sends a pig into their house, wearing a t-shirt with Zeta written on it. That's the final straw. The Zeta girls clench their fists and say, "That's it. Enough is enough. We're not going to let these bullies beat us and take our house. We'll fight back." From there, Shelley takes charge. She teaches them how to do their hair, makeup, and fashion, and even gives them lessons on how to talk to guys and attract attention. Soon after, we see the transformation. The Zeta girls walking together across campus, dressed up, stylish, and glowing with confidence. Everyone stops and stares. Students can't believe what they're seeing. Even the Zeta girls themselves can't believe how much they've changed. Shelley smiles and tells them, "Ladies, this is just the beginning. I'm going to make sure people can't take their eyes off you. And you, Natalie, I'll make sure that guy you've been crushing on will be chasing after you." The Zeta girls head over to the retirement home, and Shelley tells Oliver, the guy she's crushing on, that they came to bring some joy to the elderly residents. Soon, the music starts playing, and everyone, young and old, joins in for some fun dancing. While on the dance floor, Oliver leans closer to Shelley and asks her out on a date, making her light up with excitement. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, Shelley's adoptive father returns and asks about her. He tells the staff, "Call Shelley, I want to watch a movie with her." But the cook hands him a letter supposedly from Shelley, where she writes that she's leaving the mansion forever to do volunteer work in Africa. Her father is heartbroken, but then we discover the truth. It wasn't him who wrote the original letter kicking her out. In fact, it was a scheme set up by the cook and one of the other adopted girls, who had always been jealous of Shelley. Back on campus, we see the Zetas throwing a party, and this time it's completely different. The place is packed with students, both guys and girls, who can't get enough of them. Even Natalie's crush finally shows up and starts talking to her, drawn in by her transformation from the awkward girl with glasses into one of the most attractive girls on campus. The rival sorority, furious with jealousy, tries to sabotage the party and pull the guys away from Zeta, but it's no use. The Zeta's newfound popularity is unstoppable. Later, sitting together in the garden, Shelley teases Natalie. Cheer up, girl. The guy you've been crushing on is basically following you around like a little puppy now. She then tells the girls that their next step should be to throw a massive party and invite the entire college. The next day, while preparing, Natalie steps outside and talks to the girl with the full-body brace, whose name is Joan. Natalie tells her, I don't think you need that brace anymore. You're strong now. You can take it off. Joan can't believe it, but Shelley jumps in and says, see that guy you like? He jogs past here every day. Go after him. Introduce yourself. Nervous but motivated, Joan starts running, and just like in Forrest Gump, the braces break off as she runs free for the first time. She catches up to the athlete she likes, and with new confidence, she introduces herself. Moments later, she comes running back to Shelley, glowing with joy, saying, I did it. I ran without the braces, and the guy I liked just asked me out. That night, the Zetas throw their biggest party yet, and the place is on fire. Music blasting, people dancing, and the energy at its peak. Natalie's crush tries to get close to her, but Shelley swoops in, pulling Natalie aside. Listen, girl, she says, you've got to make him think you're in high demand. You can't always be available. If he wants to talk to you, he's got to wait his turn. Shelley keeps coaching her, and it slowly becomes clear. Shelley doesn't really know anything about real, genuine relationships. All she knows are the superficial tricks she picked up from her old life at the Playboy Mansion. At one point, she even tells Natalie, you have to play dumb. Guys don't like smart girls. Later that night, Natalie takes her advice and pretends to be ditzy around her crush. To her shock, it actually works. He finds her more attractive than ever. But just as Natalie's riding that high, the rival sorority girls show up at the party, fuming with jealousy. They can't believe the Zetas are suddenly the most popular house on campus. The next day, Oliver takes Shelley out on a date. But once they sit down and start talking, the cracks show immediately. Shelley keeps acting shallow, trying to play the part she thinks guys like. She even tells Oliver, I'm not free tomorrow. I'm a high-demand girl. You'll have to wait your turn. Oliver isn't impressed. He politely pushes back, saying, if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I don't like girls who juggle guys. I want someone genuine. And with that, he leaves. Back at the Zeta house, Shelley's crushed. She tells the girls, I don't get it. I acted sexy, I played dumb, and he still walked away. Natalie gently asks her, what if Oliver actually likes girls who don't have a long list of guys? What if he likes smart girls? For the first time, it clicks. Shelley realizes maybe she needs to change, not for Oliver, but for herself. The girls encourage her. Yes, Shelley, it's time to try something different. From there, we see a whole new side of Shelley. She starts studying, spending time at the library, reading books, and learning about the world, politics, economics, even religion. Her wardrobe shifts too, becoming more modest and thoughtful. Natalie even lends her a pair of glasses to complete the look. When Shelley finally meets up with Oliver again, it's a whole different vibe. This time, their conversation dives deep, serious topics, intelligent exchanges. Oliver can hardly believe it. He's shocked that this is the same Shelley he met just a few days ago. But there's one problem. The glasses Shelley borrowed make her practically blind. She keeps knocking things over, spilling drinks on Oliver, and even tripping on her own heels. It's a total disaster. For the first time, Shelley feels completely lost. She can't pull off being the shallow party girl, and she can't convincingly act like the intellectual bookworm either. It feels like she's lost her identity altogether, so she walks away. Meanwhile, back at the Zeta house, the girls are going through their list of potential pledges. But instead of staying true to their values, they start judging candidates the way the rival sorority does, by looks and money. Rich, pretty, she's in, poor, average looking, nope. They even mock the girls they reject. At the same time, Shelley gets a call from her father at the mansion. Shelley, I miss you. Please come back home, he tells her warmly. She lights up hearing his voice. For a second, she wants to return, but then she looks back at the Zeta girls. They need her now more than ever. She tells him, I can't come back, Daddy. The Zetas need me. Inside the house, the girls are about to reject an Indian student for not being attractive enough when Lily, the shy, quiet one, finally speaks up. Are you serious? You're judging girls on their looks now? You're no better than those bullies who've been tormenting us. Her words hit hard. The girls realize she's right. Just then, Shelley walks in, but instead of support, she's met with blame. This is all your fault, Shelley. You turned us into this. One by one, they pile on the accusations. Shelley doesn't fight back. With her usual sweet spirit, she admits, you're right. This way hasn't worked for me either. I'm sorry, girls. I really am. She leaves quietly. heartbroken. She calls her dad again and says, "I was joking earlier, Daddy. I'm coming home now." Back at the mansion, she confronts the girl who sabotaged her before, telling her, "See, goodness always wins in the end." Before leaving, she writes a heartfelt letter to Oliver, apologizing for everything, and tells him she's leaving for Africa to do charity work. Meanwhile, at campus, Natalie gets a surprise. Her crush approaches her and says, "Did you change your hairstyle? You look amazing today, Natalie." For the first time, she feels truly seen. Natalie can't believe it. "You really like me?" she asks shyly. Her crush smiles and replies, "It's not your looks, Natalie. I like your intelligence, your personality. But you probably know tons of guys. You'd never go for someone like me." Natalie beams and answers, "I don't know any guys, and I want you more than a proton wants an electron." The girls cheer. Finally, their friend has found love. Meanwhile, Lily is in charge of mailing out the official invitations for the new pledges. But on her way, she's distracted by a guy who keeps her talking. That's when the rival sorority's queen bee sneaks in, grabs the invitations, and tosses them in the trash. She sends out fake invites instead, tricking Lily and the boy helping her. Later, Lily spots them walking away together and realizes she's been played. Back at the Zeta house, the girls wait anxiously for their recruits. Hours pass. No one shows up. Across campus, the rival sorority is packed with girls. Lily breaks down, confessing, "I think I was tricked. They swapped out the invitations. I'm so sorry." The rivals rub it in, flaunting their success. At the same time, Shelley is off on a modeling gig, but she feels completely out of place. The glamorous lifestyle doesn't satisfy her anymore. She walks away from the set, only to find Natalie and the Zeta girls waiting for her. They apologize, admitting, "You helped us grow. You gave us confidence. But the rival sorority stole all our recruits and tricked us. And tonight there's a hearing. They're going to take our house away." Shelley looks at them with determination. "Don't worry, girls. Together, we can do anything." That night, they march into the hearing where the dean is present. The rival sorority smirks, ready to claim victory. But Shelley grabs the microphone. For the first time, she speaks from the heart. "I grew up in a bubble. Every wish I had was granted, every need taken care of. But I was never happy. Not really. The first time I felt true joy was here, with these girls. Girls who didn't judge me, who weren't jealous, who had real dreams and real struggles. For the first time in my life, I felt like my true self, not the fake mask I wore at the mansion. We all need a family, real friends who fight for us, who stick together. That's what makes us happy. That's what makes us strong." The room goes silent. Even the dean looks moved. Right now, I'm asking all the girls to join our Zeta sorority. And indeed, many girls kept signing up. The dean of the college started counting them. And when he got to 29, the pregnant girl stepped forward and said, "I just gave birth to another Zeta right here." But the dean told her, unfortunately, the 30th has to be an enrolled student. That's when the mean girl shouted, "Bang the gavel already and take their house away." But suddenly, her own friend, who had been part of the bullying, stood up and said, "I'm done with you. I hate this life with you. You're jealous, and you're always doing cruel things to other girls out of spite. I've decided to join Zeta." With that, they finally reached 30 members and were able to keep their house. They went home overjoyed, and Shelley was surprised to see her beloved Oliver show up with flowers. He told her, "I want to get to know the real Shelley without all the masks and pretending, because I know deep down you're a good, kind, and wonderful person." The movie ends with life looking brighter than ever, and the Zeta girls celebrating alongside all the new sisters who had just joined their sorority. And with that, our recap comes to an end. We'll see you in the next summaries. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments so we can build our own sorority together. This film was recapped and recorded by me, your Dean of Oxford University. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.